we've gone over here. So we've gone 2.39. That is 2.39. This doesn't come from arrogance, it just comes from the nature of this event or this competition is you can have a great truck, you can have a great driver, but if your navigator isn't great, you can never win.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
This is the Rebelle Rally, the longest rally raid in the U.S. Just so happens to be for women.
It's 7 days, it's a navigational challenge, and it's all off-road. And there is no GPS. Everything is done with a compass and a map.
It goes from Lake Tahoe into Nevada, back down into California and to the border of Mexico and ends in Glamis, the biggest dune area in North America.
They're long days, you know, they're out at sun up and a lot of times they're not back till sundown. So it's stressful, you know, and it adds a different layer of competition to the event.
I would be lost if it wasn't for Rebecca. Rebecca wouldn't be going anywhere if it wasn't for me, and we would have been done if it wasn't for the mechanics, right? All of it is a team.
What the vehicle is like for them to live with day after day is very different to what we have usually from an engineering perspective. The different environments that we're in right now sort of exposes us to different, I guess, opportunities of improvement.
I say I'm a driver, reviewer, and rabble-rouser. My job is to put together this written story about all of this and driving impressions of the R1 team.
Vivian just went across a bunch of smaller washboard and it was smooth sailing.
This is a real test, and you want to put it to its utmost paces so that you know where those limits are.
This is the 5th year we're doing this, but every year we're doing it a bit different so that we're having to learn something new, and it's not, oh, we're going to do that again, but we're going to do it even better. We feel lucky to be able to do this year based on what's happened in 2020, but then we feel incredibly lucky to be sitting in a vehicle that is brand new manufacturer. When was the last time we had one of those? And to be trusted. How did we get here? How did this even happen? It's pretty amazing.
Make good decisions today. Have a great time. And remember, you know, what it's all about. Take a stop and a breather and really just enjoy where you are. Have a great day.
Some of these vehicles are high horsepower and some are high torque, so there's definitely some advantages when you have an electric car that has basically unlimited torque at low RPM. I mean, that's an advantage.
It's not the energy reeling, nor the lines in your face, nor the clouds on the ceiling, nor the clouds in space.
All right, let's go to a blow. Nerds are up. Let's do it.
Table, nor the bed in the earth, nor the bed in the stable, nor your stable words. It's not the formless being, nor the cry in the air, nor the boy I'm seeing with her long black hair. It's not the open weaving, nor the furnace glow, nor the blood of you bleeding as you try to let go.
You're the shit.
It's not the room, not beginning, not the crowd, not winning, not the plan,
West.
not sinning, not a ruse, not heat, not the fire lapping up the creek, not food, not you eat, not the needle your thigh, nor your spine tattoo, nor your shimmery eye, nor the way.
What a day! That was pretty dope.
And we knew where we were most of the
Most
time.
of the time, we knew exactly where we were.
Good morning, Rivian team. We're gonna have a raspberry day.
In the vehicle itself, we call him Mike, and it's just a little button that we can press. If something happens, we can send that note to the rest of the Rivian staff. When we click that button, they can see the data that's happening at that moment and what our reaction to that data has been. So that's pretty dope.
We're on ride height 4, but we're getting full compression and hearing rubbing on particularly left rear driver's side.
Things that they notice are things customers will definitely see. For myself, it's taking that information and then feeding it back to relevant teams and making sure that they have all of the data that they need to either fix the problem or make a decision on how to make something better.
Amy and Rebecca look at it from a whole vehicle perspective. They're not just focused on a particular component, they're looking at the full user experience, and that's where we get a lot of valuable feedback, because at the end of the day, that's what a customer is going to want from one of our vehicles.
Holy crapanoli! Ah, we're good. This is 17 degrees. We good? The truck has essentially done everything I've asked it to do. The tires have done everything I've asked them to do. I mean, that's fantastic. There have been a ton of flats out here.
Actually, Vivian got to do some amazing stuff today. She really performed so well.
One thing that we're definitely grateful for is having Amy and Rebecca being the people who are doing this. They're like super lighthearted attitude, down for anything.
We took a risk.
Whatever we do, hopefully there's a lot of learning that comes out of it, both for us and for Rivian.
That's the station we get to skip.
I'm skipping you.
I know.
I mean, I'm skipping them.
Yeah, you're skipping them. Don't skip me.
I would never skip you.
Come on, that's just not nice.
You're not bad.
This is the Power Innovations truck. So this here is our mobile fast charge unit that we're using to charge the electric vehicles on Rally. Like the other teams here, like they brought their own fuel truck to fill up here. And so we're bringing our own truck full of electrons to fill us up. Pull it on now, we get some juice in her.
All right.
Data from this, for instance, could inform us to how we could bring like a charger here permanently in an off-grid way.
It's surprisingly easy to forget that you're in the electric vehicle because it feels just like anything else, except for when you've got that and the quiet. It's amazing. You can actually hear sand under your tires. It's really cool. If you're being respectful of the land, you're sticking to the trails like this does, you feel less destructive because you're not even disturbing noise. It's just lovely because you're in the middle of nowhere and you're hearing more nature than you are an engine. It's just like turning the motor off on a sailboat and you get to just hear the water, and yeah, it's the best. This is Emmy's favorite saying when she does something that I butt pucker about. So this year I decided to get us patches. There's one more patch that we just sewed on this morning, and this will be, blurred perhaps, but we wanted to be able to flash this. Finish and we'll be like, glad that's over. 6 months later, you're like, oh my God, I'm a different person because I went through that and I'm now realizing it. It's a growth experience, even if you don't think that's what you need.
Fuckers! It's one checkpoint. We didn't want to air down and come in and get out. And this is the consequence. Going, just keep going. Get down, get down. I came into this just as a journalist who wanted to drive the Rivian and wanted to tell a story about it. And it's really turned into something way more. Oh my gosh, Trona Pinnacles is so amazing. Like, you come over this hill, you came over the road and you were just like, whoa! No, there's all these like weird otherworldly rock formations, and it really makes you think like,
Man, nature is just so bizarre and it's so wondrous, and it's so glad that we get a chance to come out here and explore.
You can think you're perfect and you're going to come in here and it's going to tear you down, and then it'll build you back up again, and you won't even maybe feel it. And it's why I like these kind of things, because it's not about speed, it's about the adventure, it's about the endurance, it's about testing yourself, your mettle, your stamina.
These people are here just to enjoy the great outdoors, and I think that fits the Rivian vision to a T. So looking forward to hopefully seeing more Rivians in this event into the future.
Thank you for flying Rivian Airways. Hope you enjoyed your flight with us with instant 829 pound-feet of torque. Good night.